Now, wow. No, see, Barcelona fans are the worst. That's why, see, some teams, it's just better for the world. It should not be better for the team. No, for real. It's just, the world is a better place if Barcelona fans are unhappy. Man U fans are unhappy. Their happiness is a hindrance to the movement of the world. Because whenever they're happy, they will start saying rubbish.
The Champions League is down to the quarterfinals. Teams are falling by the wayside. But who will make it to the summit? Welcome to Crossfire, brought to you by Life's Convert. I am Anishilowo, Jimmy Anishilowo, and I'm here with Tunde and Tosin to discuss who they think are the favourites to win this season's edition of the Uefa Champions League. So, Tosin, let's start with you. Who are you picking as your favourites to win the Champions League this season? I think
the person I picked, the team I picked actually, when we finished the first group phase of the tournament, my team, Barcelona. And why I'm so confident in Barcelona, because obviously I'm a Barcelona fan for over 20 years. Why I'm so confident in Barcelona, this is the first time I'm actually picking Barcelona to win the Champions League since 2019. And this team has not disappointed me in every shape or form. And obviously, during the last round, this guy that I'm still obviously improving his knowledge, he picked Liverpool. But as we sit here today, where is Liverpool? Liverpool is out. The things that the kid cannot see while he's standing up, some of us can see while sitting down. It's part of our journey. Also, I used to be like him. Without wisdom, I used to be like him. But here we are today. So you look at this Barcelona team and everything it entails. We have one of the greatest goal scorers. Now that these two aliens are gone, who has scored more in the Champions League? Apart from Lewandowski. Who else? We have a phenomenal coach. We have the best defender in Europe, in Pau Kubasi. We have the best midfielder in Europe, in Pedri. And by far the best player in Europe, in Rafinha. All the ingredients you need for success. I personally believe that Barcelona, through their form this season, have shown that they deserve the title as favourites. But they are also working the work. Based on their performances, they've scored the most goals. And when you talk about performances, you can bring at least 3 performances so far this tournament that have showcased Barcelona. See how they dispatch Benfica. Look at our group phase against Bayern Munich. One of the teams already in the final round. So it's not even the Dortmund that we are playing, we already humbled them. Like the Dortmund that we are playing now, we already humbled them in the group phase. So we already played at least 3 of the teams in the final 8. In this final round. So I personally believe that everything and even our part towards the side of the draw that we are is even a little bit more favorable than the other side of the draw. So why tell me why this is not our year.
All right. Thank you. Tunde, over to you. Who are you picking as favourites to win?
Don't even ask me. Look, what you just heard is what I describe as the coward's guide to a Champions League title. You release a book on how to potentially fraud your way to a Champions League title. Look at the things see how we dispatch Benfica. If you don't beat Benfica now, if you don't beat Benfica for round of 16, then they have Dortmund to face in the quarterfinal, and everybody know how historically useless those ones are. Then if they survive Dortmund, they'll probably face PSG in the semis, which will probably be their first real test of this tournament. I'm not worried about Barcelona. Are Barcelona a good team? Yes. That's a fact. But you also know what else is a fact. Barcelona have not won the Champions League in 10 years. I don't know why we keep doing this. Say Obi Kubasi is the best defender in Europe.
You keep calling him Obi Kubasi.
How can Obi Kubasi be the best defender in Europe? I don't know. Or to say Pedri is the best defender in Europe. Now let's give best striker. Okay, since you go finish without this best, win something. Win something. You cannot have the best manager, best defender, best midfielder, best striker, best young player, and you cannot win anything. Win something. That's all I will say. But honestly, that's not good. I just don't think they are going to win the Champions League because history plays a part. You have not won this competition since 2015. They've only made the semi-final, I think, once. Was it once or twice? But it's definitely not more than twice over the last 10 years. Gone are the days when Barcelona were forced to record with the Champions League. The simple truth is that they've had a good pass to the quarterfinals so far, and they are most likely going to get to the semi-final. Beat Benfica. They should beat Benfica normally. They face Dortmund next. They should beat Dortmund. Then you get to the PSG in the semis, which is where it will now start getting tricky. And if you somehow make it past PSG, who knocked them out of the Champions League last season, by the way? You remember the way you put shed tears, Daddy? You called them really all kinds of names. That time, Dembele don't even day form. Dembele was not playing the way he was playing now. But when he saw Barcelona, we've been there. So you have to get past PSG, which I don't think they're going to do. So the way PSG handled Liverpool. Even if you somehow manage to get past PSG, look at who is on the other side of the draw. First of all, Real Madrid will always be the Champions League favorite as long as they are still in the competition. It doesn't matter if they are playing well. If you give a bunch of obese men like myself Real Madrid jerseys, it's Champions League. That spirit of Real Madrid will enter you, and you are automatically the favorite. That's just all you need to know. It's Real Madrid, they are the favorites. As long as Champions League, there's a reason they've won 15. How many have you won? They've won 15.
How many has Chelsea?
Why would Chelsea?
Why are we talking about the team in the Conference League? Why are you so insecure? I don't know. I don't know what is going on here. Look, at the end of the day, I've been very, very clear. That's why the favorites of the they face who did they face in the next round? Arsenal. Sorry, my mentally removed those. But do I even need to play? Do I need to play that game? Some people will just be stressing. You go home. Let us know who is remaining in this competition.
Barca can shock them, bro. No. I mean, it's football. Anything can happen.
Okay. Okay. My friend, Arsenal have a chance of winning the Madrid Open. That's the big drama in the Champions League. You are serious. They've beaten us now.
He said they beat
Advance to face either Bayern Munich or Inter Milan, which is also going to be a difficult game. I think Inter will advance in that one. Real Madrid Inter in semi is difficult, but Real Madrid quality. Let's say we finally even have a classical final, which is what is best for marketing, what is best for everybody. Can you, Tosin, tell me now that you are confident in the Champions League final against Real Madrid? Not King's Cup that you play in front of 80,000 Saudi Arabians. Not those one that Pedro is doing like this. If you Saudi Arabia, when nobody's watching match, middle of the night. Nothing concerns those. The Champions League, biggest game of the season, El Clasico. Are you confident that Barcelona beats Real Madrid in the Champions League final? The answer for me is no. I don't know what this answer is.
All right. Well, he has thrown the question to you. An El Clasico Champions League final. Do you see Barcelona beating Real Madrid?
First, let me start by saying the Champions League final, I know that Barcelona will be there. I don't know about Real Madrid. Because the last time we had this discussion, he was talking about Liverpool. And Liverpool is no longer there. If you want to now hit your wagon to Real Madrid, what other team is well suited to dish out a punishment to Real Madrid than Barcelona? What other team? Which, when you have, except they are bringing in a new left back to that Real Madrid team. Well, if you have Fran Garcia or Ferland Mendy playing that left back position, it is cake. It is jedi to the straight to the post. Except they bring in a new, I don't know, maybe there's a new academy player that they have that they want to now use him in the Champions League final. But as long as it is that same, it is Ferland Mendy or Fran Garcia that Lamine Yamal is going to see. It is Uber Eats, easy work. Simple work, easy work. What are you talking about here? Have you not watched it? Do you know I was more afraid of Mbappe when he was at PSG than now that he's at Real Madrid? Do you know? Last season when we played PSG in the Champions League, yes, Dembele was great, but Mbappe was a problem. Mbappe was a problem. And even 3 seasons before that, we played PSG. PSG knocked us out. They beat us 4-1. We'll play 1-1. 3 seasons. That was Messi's last season before he went to 4 seasons, right? 4 seasons ago, before he went to PSG. Mbappe was he scored 2 goals. Like Mbappe was this Mbappe at Kubasi, when Kubasi gets to come on in keys, come on Mbappe, try and somewhere like it's part of that. The K jam now, that's normal. It's a normal thing now. Watch it. If you do not study the games, Mbappe has about I think 33 goals this season. Do you see him in a Clasico? We've played to a Clasico now. Scored 1 goal. That 1 goal safe. When he went to me, even though not defeat, he was thinking like. So you know that like he knows the kind of matchup he's meeting in Kubasi. Kubasi will meet him pace for pace, strength for strength, power for power. And from a position of tactical awareness, Kubasi at 17 is way ahead of him technically. You understand? At 26, Kubasi is way ahead of him technically. Kubasi has dealt with strikers that are much more physical. We saw Kubasi against Osimhen. So it's not a question of like we've dealt with better. In my own personal opinion, you talk about PSG, that PSG will be a difficult. This current PSG team. I saw Liverpool fans waxing lyrically about Vitinha after PSG damaged them in the previous round. There's Vitinha. There's like 3 steps. That's where you see Pedri. There are like 3. Do you know the funny thing? You were here when we had the discussion last year that I told you that Vitinha should have been the Ballon d'Or. Did I tell you? We were here. And I told that Vitinha should be like, it was like Vitinha. You see the quality of Vitinha now. But as you are latching on to, you are understanding Vitinha, your football eyes is opening to Vitinha in 2025. Without, some of us have already seen. As much as Vitinha is getting into his powers, he's still 2-3 steps below Pedri in terms of seeing the game ahead, processing the game, controlling the game. And those are I'm telling you the elements that make us beat Real Madrid. We have a steady defense marshaled by Kubasi. By 17, then we now have a midfield, the best midfield, by far the best, there's no question. Levels ahead of everybody in football right now. If not that, Rafinha is having a superior, and that's the advantages that attackers have in Rafinha, that like you put a lot of stats on the table, you score a lot of goals, provide a lot of assists. That's the only advantage Rafinha has over Pedri in terms of, we are talking about who should be the world best, who should win the Ballon d'Or this year. It's Rafinha, Pedri, but technically, based on what they do for Barcelona, it should be Pedri. Pedri is levels ahead of everybody. This level of Pedri, the last time I saw this level of Pedri, you are talking about this level of Pedri is ahead of 2017, 2018 Modric. But it's not up to Iniesta 2010, 2011 Iniesta. But he's just a little bit ahead. That's the level he is now. You understand? Like he's seeing the game at a different level, at a different pace. So orchestrating things on a different level.
So you are saying what I'm trying to say now?
Don't ask him again.
Pedri is like the best player in the world. That's what I'm trying to say.
He is the best as right now.
He is the best.
He is like.
Oh no! I just want to clarify. Thank you very much for that. Today, over to you.
You really sat down here and let this guy tell us that Pedri is better than Modric was in his Ballon d'Or season. Pedri, I don't know what to say. I'm not going to remind you that it's this I talked about Gavi. I don't think you were here yesterday. I talked about what is Gavi doing now? He's selling his refreshments in Camp Nou. Anytime they want to play ball, they must drink. It's not that every day grab Gatorade. It's not that it's handing them their snacks. Handing them their refreshment.
Gavi just come back from injury.
We will be here for Pedri too. If Pedri level for turning 3 times against Las Palmas. That's all CPU. Say he can process the game. Hilarious. Now, wow. No, see, Barcelona fans are the worst. That's why, see, some teams, it's just better for the world. It should not be better for the team. No, for real. It's just, the world is a better place if Barcelona fans are happy. Man U fans are happy. Their happiness is a hindrance to the movement of the world. But whenever they're happy, they will start saying rubbish. Look at Man U. If Man U win one single game like this, Ganacho is better than this one. No. Bring out your Casemiro. So that's why God used to give them.
God used to nerf them.
Say, oh, you want the way this switch is waiting in front. So that's exactly what I need to happen to this one too. Because they are winning now. This one I was miserable before the start of the season. He was not even looking forward to this season at all. I even forgot that this thing was this football. Now, just because of a few wins here and there, he said Pedri is better than Pedri is playing better now than Modric was when he won the Ballon d'Or. Does that sound right to you? Like, even if you want to talk as a neutral, does that sound right to you? He said Rafinha. I don't want to diminish any player's quality. Rafinha is good. Rafinha is having a great season. Lewandowski, if he's that good, who they can't swear for every week? Because there's no way I can open my Twitter when Barcelona is playing and I will not see get out of my club. So who they can't swear for? Because I don't understand. Say Obi Kubasi can't do any striker anymore. As how? Look, see, when you face PSG, we will revisit this. When you face PSG, that PSG attack is so. There's no striker. Every now when you see striker, you go say you want to use your strength. Nobody did. PSG, Enrique's tactics, you just go and play. They say, boss, who should strike? Play. If you can see the belly there now, as they pursue the belly, he don't switch with Bakola. Kvaratskhelia day here before, he don't day here now. That team is so chaotic, but in an organized manner. And you talk about their midfield. Because I said Vitia is not good enough to win the Ballon d'Or or to be in Ballon d'Or top 30, doesn't mean he's still not a good player. Those are not the only two options. It's not like you are either a Ballon d'Or caliber player or you're a bad player. He is a good player, and he showed that against Liverpool. And I think that he is a better midfielder than whatever Barcelona got going on.
Wow.
That's just
Now I'm mad.
That's just the simple truth.
Wow.
That's the simple truth. I'm not going to take Pedri's inconsistency. Look, the thing with Barcelona fans and Pedri is that I actually admit that when Pedri is good, he's very, very good. But the thing is that he's only at that level when they face supermarket employees. when don't let Pedri catch Pamplona FC or something. Yeah. You want to see the best of Pedri? Let it be one random Copa del Rey game against FC Ibiza. And we do all this dazzling razzle that
Reminds me of Fooding and Brighton.
well, calm down. Pedri is not better than Vitia. That one. No it and no peace. We will see when PSG and Barcelona face.
Well, as expected, Tosin has gone with his club, Barcelona, as favourite to win the Champions League. While Tunde thinks that history bears repeating and that Real Madrid still have the pedigree to remain dangerous in the Champions League. What about you guys? Who are you picking? Who do you think is going to win the Champions League this year? Share thoughts in the comments. I am Anishilowo, Jimmy Anishilowo, and this is Crossfire, brought to you by Live Score Bet.